And we're back with the Incredible Hoax. I am Chris.
I'm Mark.
And we're catching up from coming back from Christmas and like having lives and stuff. And
just like you folks.
Having to do like real stuff. Let me turn this off over here because it's driving me nuts, distracting me. And as part of our catch up, we're going to catch up with The Revenant. Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by the acclaimed director Inahutu. And which you told me that it's Inarritu. Inarritu.
Alejandro G. Inarritu.
So take it away with a brief review of The Revenant. Inside joke, because we started taping this once already. This is the second go around for this one. So go for it.
All right, well, Inarritu, he has directed Birdman, that was the 2014 Best Picture,
right,
as well as films like Babel. You may remember that was starred Brad Pitt. So he makes quality pictures, and he's been around for a while. Mm-hmm. This is a Western epic, a tale of survival and revenge, and it's I give it 3.5 stars. I think it's an outstanding film. One of the things that the director does is he starts the film off, we'll call it a leisure pace. You really take in the atmosphere, the stream running through trees, and the fur trappers as they're camping next to a river. And you just really take in all the surroundings, the wind blowing through trees. Right. And these are the early things that you love about the film. However, the reason why I don't give it 4 stars is that there is a point in the third act where the film would have benefited from an increase in the intensity, and it would have helped with the emotional impact too. I think there's a point where where I would say this: the pace rewards early, but then kind of works against itself in the third act. Leo DiCaprio gives a solid performance, a physical performance, much like you'd see with Pierce Brosnan and Robinson Crusoe, or Robert Redford and Jeremiah Johnson. It's that good, and it's in line with those performances. Last thing I'll say is the cinematography is just fantastic. It's a really beautifully shot film. There's actually a shot where Leo's character is like sleeping on the ground, and all of a sudden he gets attacked by Indians, and the camera literally shows him like get up off the ground, and then he's on the horse, and then there's this whole chase, and it's all one continuous shot. Can't wait to own the Blu-ray because I have to know how they pulled that off. It's just technically also a really wonderful film. So I really enjoyed it, and just wish it could have picked up in the end, because I think it would have benefited.
Yeah, you like this one way more than me. Like way more than me. Like twice as much as I did, or 3 times as much as I did. Technically, from a technical point of view, it's perfect. It's just shot, and the way it's put together and made is just perfect. It's a shame that Mad Max Fury Road and Revenant came out in the same year for the Oscars, because they should both have all rights win the Oscars for technical stuff, editing, cinematography, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I lean more towards Mad Max just because I felt it was more visionary than Revenant, but it's tomato. I mean, they both are awesome in terms of
technically.
From
awesome,
a story point of view, the story was bland. It's bland, the vanilla story. It's a revenge tale, and the problem I have with it is a lot similar to the problem I had with Birdman. If it's not for the way you shot it, I wouldn't find this interesting. So if you didn't make it so wonderfully, it would not be interesting. So in other words, it's the technicals that carry the movie and make it interesting. The story itself is not interesting to me. Mm-hmm. I was bored with the movie, in terms of a story point of view. If Leo wins the Oscar, it'll be because they want Leo to win the Oscar. Mm-hmm. It has nothing. He's good in it, but he ain't best actor good.
Yeah,
it's. Star rating, I'd give it 2. It's just a dull story, and the ending is dull. Like the big revenge ending, oh, so I guess should we say spoilers? But anyway, they have common sense. It's a revenge movie, so it's just dull. It just sort of happens. It's a dull movie. If it wasn't for the way it was made, it's a dull movie. It's dull and kind of boring. And it just plods along, and it's. I just didn't like it. It was dull. It was uber dull, and like Birdman. If I take in my mind and just look at the story, it's not a good story. It was interesting because of the way you did it, and that alone. Inarritu needs to find a movie where he can take it, have a good story, plus shoot it with his visionary, skill set, and then you'd have Mad Max Fury Road. Anyway, I can't recommend it. But the more I think about it, the less I like it, to be honest with you. It's not one that's going to stick with me. Like Birdman is a forgotten movie for me, too.
And I loved Birdman.
So just not enough for me. Just dull. I felt it was dull.